Hello everyone, I'm Trevor Metzger, Senior Security Engineer for Guardicore. I'm a recovering firewall admin. I lived the firewall nightmare the majority of my adult life. When I say nightmare, I'm talking about using a firewall that was designed for perimeter security and using it for internal segmenting and lateral movement prevention. It's painful, it's ridiculous, but more on that later. So why me? I've been on the vendor side of sales almost 6 years now, but before that, I was in the trenches as a NetSec engineer and architect, doing all kinds of unnatural things with firewalls. I worked for a big Fortune 500 office supply company for about 10 years, and in that time, I saw the onset of internal segmentation arise out of compliance necessity. Our acronym driver was PCI, but there's many acronyms out there that demand the same respect. I still remember that first meeting when we were all sitting around this conference room trying to figure out the PCI requirements, and all these requirements were so confusing and vague, I said, let's just put them behind a firewall. And so it began. The next 10 years of my life formed in that single comment. I did data center and firewall projects all over North America in about every Western European country, running around throwing anything sensitive and valuable behind firewalls. You can say I was building walls all over the globe. But this did make me a firewall expert. So much so, I joined the dark side and went to work for my favorite firewall vendor. There, I helped design data centers and security for large financial companies and a huge microprocessor manufacturer. The last year I was working for this firewall vendor, at our sales kickoff, the CEO founder of the company was giving us his keynote speech, showing how he came from the first firewall in the market to the 5th generation. And in my mind, very little had changed. Then he showed this image of what the future had in store, little software firewalls distributed on every workload. No need for a central appliance bottleneck. He said, this was our reality in a couple of years. I thought, that was brilliant. Finally, they're hearing what our customers want. Still though, 2 years? That was too long. I snuck out of the rest of that speech and I went strolling through the tech partner booths and I stumbled upon Guardicore. Up on the screen, they had exactly what our CEO was showing us, but way better. All these workloads reporting on exactly who was talking and how. The visual map went all the way up the stack to the process level. The guy showed me how you could logically group these workloads up however you want and enforce policy to those groups. It seems so simple. No infrastructure changes. All done with software? You gotta be kidding me. Thinking of the hours upon hours of my life wasted in data centers, wrestling cables, hoping on moving the correct port into the DMZ. Few times I screwed up and took down some critical server on accident. And how was I gonna be able to sell firewall hardware? It was then I realized hardware was dead and software defined was the new wave, and I wanted on that train. In no way was I gonna wait 2 years. I needed to start fixing this mess now. Here I am to show you a better way. No more appliances, no more slow and risky infrastructure changes taking up your entire weekend. So please, join me in the next videos where I'll show you in detail how Guardicore can help you by giving you the visibility you need, remove the complexity from your security policy, and giving you back the money and time to make it all happen.